What's going on, YouTube? OCD for EDC here. What I've got for your face balls today, we are talking about some more wolves, but not the Jack Wolf sharpshooter and not the Jack Wolf laid back Jack, which both are equally beautiful, gorgeous knives. Today, what we're talking about is the River Wolf. This is a new knife coming out. This one was manufactured and produced by Beyond EDC. You can see here it says Terra Mundi, which we'll get into that in a moment. But this particular knife is called the River Wolf, and it is a new design from Demko. Let's put these two Jack Wolves off to the side for a moment. By the way, the Jack Wolves are available on Friday the 13th, 1 p.m. Central Time. Go to ocdforedc.com and you can pick up your very own beautiful laid back Jack. They are absolutely gorgeous. Jungle wear, fat carbon, beautiful, beautiful thing. So let's get into this Demko design. It is very, very cool, and something that when I saw it, I thought it was just super interesting. So what is Terra Mundi? Terra Mundi is the new premium division of Beyond EDC, and Terra Mundi is Latin for the world. What they're aiming to do is take collaborations from all over the world, different knife designers and whatnot. And so this particular one is a Demko design, and it's called the River Wolf. Comes in this really nice packaging. There is just a cardboard box that it comes in, but then you get this kind of nice pelican style case. Let's open this bad boy up. All right. You get a little paperwork here, certificate of authenticity. You can see here this is the River Wolf limited edition TM2101, Terra Mundi and John Demko. There's the TM and then the John Demko logo right there. And here is the name of the knife, the SKU number, the serial number. This is number 32 out of 200. M390 blade, titanium handle, and then John Demko's signature. And then we've got some warranty information here. Thank you for your purchase from Terra Mundi. And then use and care, release agreements, some stuff going on there on the paperwork. All right, so you can throw that off to the side. And then we have the knife. Real quick, before we get into the knife, really, really nice case. Got, an actual rubber seal. And so, yeah, very nice little box that it comes in. But here is the knife. Right here, you've got a really nicely stonewashed titanium, kind of a dark titanium handle. Definitely Demko designed pocket clip, which has plenty of space underneath it. That's fantastic. It's a little bit bigger and a harder use knife. Definitely feels substantial in the hand. This kind of dip down in the back is kind of an interesting thing. So when this is in your pocket, even though the flipper tab does stick out a little bit there, it's not going to be terrible sliding your hand down past there, which is nice. Nice little design feature. But pocket clip is reversible, right or left tip up carry, and it's just held in by one screw, and then it's got a couple of pins sticking off the back of the clip to keep it straight, which is a nice little attention to detail. And of course, we've got a lanyard hole there. All right, well, let's give this thing a flip. Oh yeah, really nice spear point blade. You can see there M390 and the Demko logo. Let's get it in focus, hopefully. And number 32 out of 200. Very, very nice. Oh wow. Okay, so this thing is, crazy, crazy action. It just falls. The flipper tab hits my thumb perfectly right there, and then the detent ball is already up on the blade, so then it just falls. So really nice geometry going on there. Wow. Okay. I bet you can probably, it's kind of oily, but yeah, you can definitely just use the friction of your finger there to flick it out that way. First impressions of the grip are quite good. This little area kind of makes a thumb ramp. There is no jimping or anything on here, but it makes kind of a nice little thumb ramp right there. And then you've also got this really nice forward choil that works extremely well. That works actually really well. So you're kind of pulling the knife back into your hand a little bit here. Yeah, I really like that. That part is pretty fantastic, actually. Very nice ergos. We've got some real heavy chamfers on the edges of the titanium here. All in all, this thing looks pretty great. I would have rather them do an internal relief cut for the lock bar, but, you know, kind of nitpicking a little bit there. Action on this thing is spectacular. Now, I know that this thing has double row ceramic bearings, and, you know, it's quite a good size knife. So let's do a little size comparison here with, let's grab this one. One of my favorite Demko design knives. This is the Cold Steel 8015. So you can see there, that's about the size of knife that we're talking about. Another good size knife here. Let me slide these down just a little bit. Try and line the pivots up. There we go. Another good size knife, another one that I really like, is the Benchmade Adamus or Adamus, however you want to say it. So that's the kind of knife that we're talking about size-wise. And then one more stonewashed titanium frame lock, the Spyderco K2, which is another beautiful, beautiful knife. And let me kind of hold it up there. So you can see quite a bit smaller than the K2. However, right in line with the 8015 and the full-size Adamus. Action on this River Wolf is really fantastic. Makes great noises. Here we go. Yeah, definitely good audible noises coming out of this thing. And the frame looks fantastic. I like the kind of heavy stonewash going on the titanium. Got a nice backspacer. We've got just two pieces of hardware on the front that are not tooled, so they're going to be captive. And then we've got a T6. Looks like T8 for the body screw here, T8 for the pivot, and then T6 on the lock bar insert and the pocket clip. Yeah, nice. Pocket clip looks like it's got really good ramp to it, as well as plenty of space. Let me see how this goes in pocket real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, goes in pocket extremely well. I think it's going to be a pretty good carry piece, honestly. Let's get a couple of measurements here. Get an overall on the handle. So just barely over 5 inches, 5.02 inches. And then for the blade, 3.71 inches on the blade length. Beautiful knife. And let's see, so basically right at around 150 thousandths on the blade stock, and then just over a half of an inch on the handle thickness. So pretty kind of standard large pocket knife dimensions there. But this thing is really good in hand because of the large chamfers on the titanium. It's very comfortable, and you know, there is no jimping except for right there on the flipper tab. But honestly, you don't even really interface with it too much because you're just kind of on the corner. And yeah, works extremely well. This thing could be good with a hole or a thumb stud as well, but you can absolutely flick it out just because of how tall the blade is. So on the blade, you can see here we do have a extremely tall flat grind. I guess they would call this a saber grind just because it doesn't go all the way up to the spine. However, I mean, you've only got, you know, it starts out at nothing here and goes out to, you know, right around 1/4 of an inch from the start of the primary grind to the top of the spine. To me, this is just kind of a full flat ground blade. We've got this really cool, you know, spear point tip going on. Is for the size of this knife, it is pretty thin behind the edge. Let me get a measurement there. But let's see what we got here. So yeah, about 22 thousandths behind the edge. So not terrible for this style of knife. Just to put that into perspective, my 8015 here. Yeah, about 32, 33 thousandths behind the edge on the 8015. Definitely thinner than the 8015, which is good to see. I need to regrind this blade because I love the 8015 and this is my own personal, but I haven't reground this one. I've done a bunch of others, but not mine. that's just the way it goes. But anyway, the River Wolf, I think this is going to be a pretty good knife, really. And they're only making 200 pieces. I don't think these will ever come back around. I'm pretty sure that I read somewhere that it's for each one of the Terramundi knives, they're going to be a one and done scenario. So they're going to work with a bunch of different designers from all over the world. I don't know if this is the very first Terramundi design or model, I should say, but I kind of think that it is. I haven't, or at least I can't think of any others. I could be wrong, but this one's definitely a cool one, and can't go wrong with the Demko logo being on there. Andrew and John both are really fantastic designers that have done a lot in the knife community. Anytime we open up a new knife here, you guys know the deal. We're going to have to get involved and see how good this factory edge is. Get this old girl set up here and see what we're working with. Turn it on first. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. So let's see. We're looking for anything sub 200 is a good edge. Obviously, sub 100 would be fantastic. Here we go. Not bad. 125 for the Terramundi Beyond EDC, or I should say Beyond EDC Terramundi Demko designed River Wolf. 125 grams on the old sharpness tester here is definitely a good result for right out of the box. And yeah, overall thoughts here on this knife. One thing that I didn't do is weight. It's a little bit heavy. Full titanium knife. I don't know if there's any milling internally. No, there is none. So definitely has a little heft to it, but not overly so. I mean, it doesn't feel too heavy, but it's definitely not going to be your, a bug out like knife. Let's get a weight here. Wow, 7.124 ounces. Definitely a heavy boy. That's fine. It feels adequate for this knife, Here, we're going to weigh a couple others just to see. We'll weigh the full-size Adamas and the 8015. I'm just curious because I don't remember what these guys weigh. So, yeah, almost 6.5 ounces on the 8015. And then on the Adamas, again, almost 6.5 ounces. But these guys, the 8015 is aluminum with the Scorpion lock, and then G10 over steel liners. Same thing here, G10 over steel liners. And here we've got full titanium frame lock. The just a little bit over 7 ounces. Yeah, 7.124. Definitely a heavy knife, but like I said, it doesn't feel overly heavy. It's kind of, with the look and size of this thing, it feels totally adequate and kind of just what you would expect for a knife like this. Awesome knife. Like I said, can't go wrong with the Demko design stuff. 8015 has been one of my favorites since it was released. I have had a few 80 20.5s. I don't have any at the moment. Yeah, Demko's, like I said, Andrew and John both have designed some really good stuff over the years. primarily with cold steel. However, they have their own Demko knives going now. The River Wolf with Beyond EDC and Terramundi. Super cool knife. If anyone is interested in this knife right here, it will be available. You can price on this knife. The price varies a little bit. Most places have it listed for like right at $300. Some places have it listed for like 290, 295, right in that price range. But if somebody out there is interested in this knife, like I said, you can email us right here. You will be able to pick this guy up right here for 280, 280. So if you're interested in the Demko River Wolf, this thing is brand new, right out of the package, only been opened up for this video. You know, wanted to get my thoughts and impressions on it, that sort of thing. Action is spectacular, man. It really is. It's just, I mean, you are dealing with the big heavy blade here, so that helps things out. But this thing is rock solid with zero. I mean, it's just like a bank vault. Super, super solid. No internal milling on the titanium. So, I mean, it's really just kind of a brick. Definitely a big heavy knife that is going to stand up to whatever you want to do. I mean, you know, if you wanted to baton this thing through some logs, you could definitely do that. It's going to hold up. There you go. There is the Demko River Wolf. River Wolf, I should say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I will see you next time. Peace.